Welcome back to Beauty, Business, and Mind podcast. So this week we're going to be talking Pinterest. So there's been a lot of questions about it. So I did want to let you know, I do have currently a wait list. If you're interested, you can just go to celestastylist.com and it will pop up for the wait list. It will have a special offering to my pricing, to my little mini course on Pinterest. It's very impactful. I like to get to the point. I don't like to waste anybody's time. So if you want to sign up and get that special pricing, you can go ahead and go to celestastylist.com. And I did want to share this week about Pinterest. So is your ideal client on Pinterest? I didn't bring up all this information just because I wanted to search on Google. No way. I am giving you information that you cannot find anywhere else. That is my main priority and important in my podcast. So I actually got this information from inside, behind the scenes, a special training that I got from Pinterest. And at the end of this episode, I will be sharing my insights of my own audience, because I know I talk a lot about like women and who's on the platform and everything. Men are starting to go on there, but also to everybody else who identifies, non-binary. That is going on and starting to grow strongly on the platform as well. I'm going to be sharing that through my insights. So as always in this episode, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. I am doing a live Facebook this week on this as well. So if you want to see video, the video will be on Facebook. You can go to my page, Celeste Stylist, and go on there and tune in on Tuesday. And without further ado, let's get to this week's episode. So, as promised, Pinterest. So I didn't just want to throw an episode of all the stuff I know about it. I wanted to be intentional. I wanted to be impactful for you so that if you have never been in a platform or you have been utilizing it for your own personal use, you're going to learn today how to utilize it for your actual business. So people go on Pinterest. If you don't know what Pinterest is, it is a picture-based research platform. So people go onto Pinterest to go plan events and to be inspired. A lot of people go up there, for example, in the beauty industry to get inspiration for their next set of nails, for manicures, the next hairdo or hair color, for the ones that are in the hair industry. So there's different inspirations. There's inspirations for home, for cooking, for all kinds of different things. So knowing this is that Pinterest is really based on ideas. People want to know what to do next. If you're going to remodel, like for example, one of your bedrooms, what are some inspiration and ideas that you can get going through? What are some things to think about? You go there. So it's pretty much like the Google for people that are planning to do something that's next. And today we're going to be talking about how to utilize it for your business, things that I've learned. And this is one of the big focuses I'm going to be focusing on this year. It's not so much Instagram or things other people are doing. It's more the things that are helping grow my business. And I wanted to share that with you after months of research. I did take a month off it because I wanted to see how good it was. I wanted to play around with some things of the algorithm with it. I would not recommend doing that. Once you start, doing it, keep on it. I did it more for, research purposes and for this podcast. So let's get to it. Okay. So did you know that 89% of Pinterest users go in there for inspiration and it also guides them for their path to their next purchase. 89% of people that use this. So all this information was based off a Pinterest presentation and information that I have gathered. I am very lucky to be a part of behind the scenes, something that Pinterest is doing for small businesses. So I'm able to get some of the scoop in there that I'm going to be sharing with you today. 8 out of 10 people go on Pinterest to feel positive. They want to be inspired. They want some moment of happiness. How many of us don't have like a little dream board on there? I know I do, and a lot of those dreams have become a reality. It is a space where I don't have to worry about comments or, what I'm posting. It's more about inspiration, positivity, and it pays to be positive on Pinterest. And it is one of the most trusted platforms than any others. So, how can we start utilizing it for your business? Number one, set up a business account. So you can set up a personal account or a business account. You can look at mine is Celeste Stylist. When you have a business account, it's really important because you're going to get more insights, more information. I'm able to see, for example, on Pinterest, because I have a business account, I'm able to see more information than I would if I just had a personal one. I'm able to see the age ranges, what countries people tune in from, what of my content is resonating with the users, and it's just really helpful, and it looks totally different, and it's more insightful if you have a business account, which is free, free, to set up, versus just having a personal account. So that's the first thing. So when people are going to start planning, whether it's the next hairstyle, next haircut, or nails, they always start planning early. So that's something to keep in mind. I know like Valentine's Day is almost 2 months away, or a little over a month away, and people are going to start planning for their nails, or if they're going to get makeup done, or if they're going to do their hair. People use it as a planning platform. So as we continue, I have a whole bunch of different notes, so bear with me. And what's really fun about Pinterest is people want a fun, enjoyable experience. 66% of inspiration is really critical for people to shop or buy. So they want to be inspired before they buy from you. And did you know that there's over 400 million users per month on Pinterest? And also, most people that spend money on Pinterest spend 40% more than they do on any other platforms, which I thought was so awesome. And that's the insight why I love utilizing Pinterest, the beginning of why it's so important. So let's get started. On Pinterest, you can be 3 types of peeps. Number 1, you can be the pinner. So if you're a pinner, you're the person that's going to be purchasing something. You're the decision maker of that. There is also the creators, the ones that inspire ideas, the ones that post their content or ideas on there, which we'll talk about a little bit today. And number 3 is the brands. They inspire the buyers by offering a solution through inspiration. Okay, so let's get started with this. And I am going to be talking today more about the creator part of it, because if you're a business owner, you probably want to be a creator. So it's really important that you remember this is kind of like magazine status, okay? In the sense of that you're here to entertain. People are going to interact with your content based on pictures, based on what they see, not what you type, not what you say. So for me, I'm going to give you 5 of my top tips. Number 1, no audio. I know it's going to sound so counterintuitive. You're like, what? But it is no audio. And you can do a research with your own clientele. But most of us, when we go on there, either the baby's sleeping or we're at the doctor's office or running an errand, most people like to interact on there without audio. So I would recommend, number 1, doing no audio. Then there's different type of videos. I always recommend number 2, video is queen. Video is the queen of everything. And Pinterest is really awesome because you can use, whether you love to do TikToks or you love to do IG Reels or stories, you can repurpose those on your Pinterest if you just save them without any audio, okay? So like the Instagram logo doesn't come up. That is how I repurpose my content all across in every single platform. So Celeste, what are some type of videos that could create? Number 1, do a video of showing the process. Like if you're going to get a balayage, what is the process from beginning to end? Number 2, you can share also what to do next. So if I get a balayage done, how can I maintain my balayage at home? That would be a second video of what to do next. Number 3, you can show who you are. So if you are a nail tech, maybe on your free time, you love to, draw, because that gives you inspirations for the different designs that you design on your clients. You can be showcasing that. Or number 4, you can show the knowledge on something. Maybe if you're a nail tech and you have a tip or a trick for acrylics to last longer, you could share that. That's your knowledge of expertise, and you're sharing that with them. Just remember, most of these videos don't have audio, so design the video experience for your potential clients without the audio portion of it, okay? So, why I love Pinterest. Number 1, idea pins don't expire. I love doing pins. You can create your own pins or idea pins, which is pretty much like a, hey, I did this, now you go recreate it, or you go try it out yourself as well. And the beautiful thing is they don't expire. I have some pins that have been there for 3 years and are one of my highest performing pins. I love that because there's so much work, as you know, going into creating. Hey, well, most of business owners, when they go into create their own templates or their own video creation, that takes a lot of energy, a lot of work. So the beautiful thing is that it's not going to expire in 24 hours or in 24 hours or 48 hours. It actually can keep working for you and for your business, so it can be found even years after you create a pin. The other thing is that also they have awesome tools on there that you can share what you're doing. You can share your expertise. You can always link on the description box. When you create your own pins, you can link it back to your website, link it back to your blog, link it back to your podcast, things that your friend Celeste has done already on some of her pins. I really love that. It really helps when somebody is looking for a solution. Most of us go onto Pinterest. I have bought things from Pinterest when I'm looking for solutions. I have connected with other people to do business with through Pinterest, believe it or not, and I have gotten quite a few amount of clients from Pinterest, which I really love, and I know can help your business as well. Something that is engaging. Create content that your ideal potential client can connect with you and see you as the expert that you are. Sometimes I know, because I see this a lot, I have over 150 different certifications and different things, whether it's beauty industry or business related in total, okay? And for me, even to this day, that's not what makes me feel expert enough. What makes me feel expert in sharing the knowledge that I share and creating this podcast and sharing all these things that I do with you, my audience, is things that I have done. I've put in the work, I have tried it out, I made the mistakes, and I know that has made me the expert. Just like you put in your work every day when you go into work, when you're servicing your clients, you are an expert. So don't undervalue yourself and be willing to just try it out and be patient. This is not a platform that you get overnight success. It does take, work. But as I said, you can repurpose other videos or even images that you use in other platforms on here. So use that one video that you created in 5 different platforms, repurpose it. And a hot tip, pay attention if you're distracted. Hot tip for this is use the platforms or Pinterest stickers. Use their additional things that they add. You can add text, you can add stickers, you can add different things, and that will push you even further out in the algorithm. It gets you more noticed. Of course, it's really important that the content is relatable to your audience, but that does help. So utilize the additional tools that they have on there on the creation side. So we do not need to do everything to be successful. You need to do what success means to you and for your business, and grow your business in the way that is working for you. It may not be the same way that my business grows. Maybe Instagram is like the bomb.com for you and your business. Then you would need to focus more on that instead of trying something new like Pinterest. For me, Pinterest has been amazing and so much more easier. So I'm going to be focusing on that. As always, take what is helpful for you from this podcast and leave what it's not. I'm always gifting and giving all this information from a place of love, not to add something more to your list. Simplify and put systems in place in 2022 in your business to make your life easier and lighter. So much love. I will see you back. So thank you so much for tuning in. I would totally appreciate and love a review. It really just helps me to know what resonates and how can best help you. So to end this episode, as I promised, I'm actually going right now into my analytics. Today it is August 17th. So this is the information that I am about to share with you. So in regards to my audience, I did want to share who I attract, which I think I'm doing like an awesome job because they're actually my ideal clients. So 38.1% of my audience is between 25 and 34 years old. My other demographic is 35 to 44 years old. They're 24.1%. In regards to gender, so remember how we were talking about that in the beginning of this episode, 86.8% is female, 4.9% is male, and 9.9% identifies as other. So I did want to share that with you. Also, with my top locations, so LA is first, Dallas, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, and Houston. And devices that I'm actually being found on, which I think is really important. Maybe this will help you. This is just my analytics, so I'm sharing with you, being transparent. The devices that people mostly look at my stuff through is through the iPhone. That's 64%. iPad is 10%. Android is 27%. I thought that was very interesting. Less than 5% is through an Android tablet. 7.4% is through the mobile internet. And 18.2 is through a regular internet. So that's really good to know. And I hope my insights really helped you. This is just on me. This is just based on the audience that I'm getting on there for my total actual audience. And again, I did want to share that the analytics are similar as well to people that engage with my content. Most of it is through an iPhone. The top locations are still the same. And this was very interesting to me. So for the actual interaction of my content, 35.6% is 25 to 34-year-olds and 25% is 35 to 44-year-olds, which is, my target like demographic and age-wise. And for gender, it was 88.7 are female, 4.9 are male, and 8.8 were identified as other. So this is really interesting, and it's just really good to know. And I just wanted to share because I have been very strategic with the thing. Don't be scared that your monthly views go down. I am currently right now testing something, and because, part of being able to release this new course that, and programs to really help you take all the heartache and all the hard work and having to take all the time and months it took me to figure all this out. And I do want to release a little bit later on a version 2.0, a more advanced version of this, maybe in a couple of months or maybe in a couple of weeks. I'm not sure. We'll see what you say. But remember, with anything, where is your ideal clients coming from? That's where you should be at. It's not about trying something new. It's not about being on a new platform. It's really about where are your paying clients finding you and where are they booking you. That's where your attention should be. I hope this episode was really helpful. Until next week, I'll see you then. Bye, love.